Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Nox Empress. Welcome back to Remnant 2, episode
A whole
21,
nother
I
world.
believe.
How many of these are
We
there?
made it to a new area, and we're currently in the Marrow Parish. I'm not sure what it's called, if I'm being honest. But there will be a lot of walking around this episode while we're exploring this new area. And apparently some new creatures while we're at it. They look kind of human. Luckily, this area is pretty cool, which I'm really excited about. I think I got a little bit jumpy while walking through this entire area, I'm going to be honest, because it was really well done. I enjoyed the lighting and the atmosphere. The creatures are really cool too.
She comes. She comes.
I was quite
Can't go back.
confused
Can't go home.
with who that was or what it was. Even more confused on how to get over there.
Must not sleep. She'll fight me. She'll take us all.
But hopefully we'll find more information and figure things out down the line. While looking around this area, I was a little bit worried that there was going to be a monster in that small space, but it was around the corner, luckily. I don't think there was many monsters in this area, which was actually pretty nice, having gone through more areas of this Marrow Parish zone, because I will be honest, I've gotten my ass handed to me over and over. So this first section was pretty nice, and it was really interesting to get an idea of what the area was going to look like and what some of the monsters were going to be. And the fact that they were extremely humanoid was very interesting to see. And even more interesting was some of the areas were lit on fire, which I wasn't expecting. Which definitely made it very intriguing to look around and see what was there. There will be a lot of wandering around in this episode, and in, I think, the later half, with some of the wandering around I end up finding a new section within the zone. I will have to figure out what the monsters are called at some point, because for now I'm not really sure what to call them or what they are called. I just know that this zone looks like a rundown city with a lot of humanoid creatures wandering around and a lot of destruction everywhere.
Here we go.
I was pretty lucky whenever I found this dude laying here that I hadn't set him off. Interestingly, when I went through this section again, just to double check that I didn't miss anything, that dude wasn't there. I'm pretty sure that they move around whenever you re-enter the sections, which is really interesting and has made things quite complicated walking through this zone in specific, because I have no idea where to expect them. So I have to keep a very close eye on my ammunition, which is very interesting and a big struggle for this zone, because I have made the mistake of not upgrading my hand weapon, my melee weapon that I use. So I have a very hard time when I run out of ammunition dealing with the enemies, since the game tends to, at least in this zone, neglect giving me any new ammunition to restock my very low amounts. I was a bit surprised when walking into this area near the door that there wasn't really anything around. Enemies, chests, basically anything. Because of this, I ended up just walking straight into the door nearby so I could see what was on the other side and hopefully get through that area just as quickly as I had the beginning zone, or part of this zone. When I went through, I obviously noticed a lot of beings, people,
Here they come.
ash things. I didn't realize that they weren't actual enemies for the most part until I rolled through them, which was really weird.
This looks bad.
I also noticed that the enemies in this zone happen to combust whenever shot at, and whenever they're not, quickly killed or turned into little fiery people. They tend to throw things, and those things are luckily pretty easily dodgeable, but they still hurt a lot. I also realized very quickly that there is a
No room for
bunch of different types of these enemies in these zones. Unlike the Phantom Zone, where most of the enemies were just those little flying drones. In this one, there is multiple different types of humanoid enemies. As you notice, there was one that looked kind of like he was wearing a robe of some kind and a staff. I didn't learn till much later what kind of things they did, but I did quickly learn about what the most common enemies tend to do, which is those throwing ones that combust really quickly. They also have a melee option, I believe, although I don't think it's very good. I could be a little bit off because there's a lot of different types, if I'm being honest. And you guys will probably end up seeing them in the next episode, because this one is mostly me traveling around the Lamarck district trying to figure out if there's going to be more enemies or if there's going to be things for me to tinker with, and just being very weary because this place honestly creeped me out quite a bit, which was a nice change of pace for me because I did go through that other zone really quickly and didn't really have much of a struggle with it or anything that really caught me off guard all too terribly much. I only had an issue with maybe one or two of the bosses over there, but I had experience with them. I will also leave this note up for anyone to read. I was very confused with reading through this, I'll be honest. I ended up doing the little clock puzzle on my own, which took forever, so I cut it out. I got this weird clock piece. I don't know where it goes. I did brute force it, so whoops. I don't know if I was supposed to wait or if that note was the actual key to the puzzle. I have no idea where it goes. I just don't really have much of an idea, if I'm being honest. However, I did go back to the door of the zone to work on another one later. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.